You got your knees flexed. Two flexed. The top of the knees should be over the balls of the feet. And you should be able, from your setup, by pushing your hips back, to be able to touch the top of your knees. Now, I have short arms, so I have to bend down quite a bit. Yeah, your hands are too low there at address. So the shaft's way lower than it should be. It should be about through your belt line. All right, now. Club's going inside a little. Up. And it's a bit steep right here. That shaft should be about parallel to this shaft. I mean, the line I just drew, which would be about parallel to the shaft plane. So you got two things going on here, Richard. You got backswing, you stand up, notice your head goes up. So we got to get your shoulders to turn on a more tilted plane. You understand what I mean by that? Left shoulder down more. And then through the hitting zone, you pull up and out of it. Now, you still hit the ball pretty good, but you're moving forward with your lower body a little. That's called early extension. You know, I think some of it's set up. I think you should unlock your knees. I wouldn't really have them. I think you have too much weight on your heels. You got slightly too much weight on your heels. Now, the other thing during the swing is, like I said, I'd like to see you get the club back a little bit farther. A little more arm swing. Now, if you can't do that, we'll deal with it. But I really think your setup is a large problem. I don't think your swing is as much of a problem as your setup. I think you don't have a lot of room to swing the club. And the reason you don't have a lot of room is because your hands are like on your knees. So where are you going to swing? The only place you can really swing is outside. Yeah, so you go under the plane, then you go over the plane. So you're under and then a little over. Now, I want to clean that up a little bit. I'd rather go straight back and a little more shallow coming in. Okay, so shallow refers to the angle of the shaft relative to the shaft plane. Okay, right there, not necessarily a lag, but in the golf swing, to shallow your plane, you've got to tilt more. That's how you're going to hit it higher. Create more side bend. In biomechanics, your pelvis can tilt and it can rotate and it can bend forward and extend. So, forward flexion, extension, side bend, and rotation. Those are really the 3 degrees. So, what we're saying is I'd like to get a little more tilt in your downswing. How we create more tilt is we create some shift in the lower body, and we let that right shoulder drop. That's how you get the ball to go in the air more. Now, if we're lucky, we can get the backswing. If I get your hands and let the wrist set and get the club to go back a little bit farther, I think it could naturally come down to the inside more. I don't think your arm swing is too short. I don't think you get enough. I mean, I know it feels easier to repeat when the swing is short, but I think it costs you. As you get older, you can't generate the speed. You need a little momentum from the arm swing. Now, I don't want you to restrict anything. I think you should be able to release your hips and turn them as much as you want. I don't want you to restrict anything. I don't get the sense you're doing that anyway, right? There's no restriction. You're not trying to stop turning. So, yeah, I'd like to get the club back. Now, would you be able to get it that far back? Maybe not, but we're going to work on getting it back a little bit and not standing up. Coming out of your posture a little bit. Take your setup, go to the top of your backswing, and then I want you to start your downswing by bumping your hips toward the target and letting your right shoulder drop. Now, I just want you to practice that. You're not going to hit the ball. I want you to just go like this. Pump the club, drop your hands vertically. Right. It's going to feel like the club is coming. Well, you could, but it's really more tilt coming down. that I'm looking for.